Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a mind so powerful that no challenge feels too big. No fear is overwhelming, and no goal feels out of reach. Picture yourself navigating life with clarity, confidence, and unstoppable focus. Moving forward with purpose while the world around you drifts in confusion. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if I told you this isn't a dream at all, and it's something you can create starting today? Your mind is not just a storage of thoughts. It is the most powerful tool you own. It can shape your reality, guide your decisions, and turn obstacles into stepping stones. Yet most people treat it carelessly, letting distractions, doubts, and negativity run the show, while their potential sits quietly waiting to be unleashed. The truth is, just like a professional athlete trains their body to perform at the highest level, you need to train your mind every single day to achieve mastery over your life. Every thought you allow, every habit you practice, every perspective you nurture, contributes to the strength and clarity of your mental landscape. Imagine waking up tomorrow already feeling sharper, calmer, and more capable than today, knowing exactly what needs your attention and what can be ignored. That transformation begins with awareness, the simple but powerful act of noticing your thoughts. Are they empowering you or holding you back? Do they fill you with energy and clarity, or with doubt and hesitation? Once you identify the patterns, you can begin to reshape them intentionally. But awareness alone isn't enough. Daily action is the fuel that turns potential into power. This could be as simple as 5 minutes of meditation, a moment of reflection, reading something inspiring, or setting one small mental challenge for yourself each day. The consistent effort rewires your brain, builds mental endurance, and sharpens focus. And here's the exciting part. As your mind strengthens, life begins to flow differently. Opportunities become easier to see. Challenges feel smaller, and confidence grows naturally. Training your mind isn't about thinking more. It's about thinking smarter. It's about mastering attention, controlling your focus, and creating a mental environment that supports your goals rather than sabotages them. Every small daily habit adds up, and before long you'll notice a version of yourself emerging. Calm under pressure, decisive in action, and ready to tackle anything life throws at you. And this is only the beginning of a journey that can transform not just your thoughts, but your entire life. Once you decide to train your mind daily, you begin noticing subtle changes that feel surprisingly powerful. Thoughts that once seemed scattered start aligning with your goals as if your mind is learning a new rhythm of focus. You realize that the mind is not merely an observer of life. It is the architect of your reality. Every choice, every habit, and every thought contributes to how resilient, calm, and clear you become in every situation. Small, consistent actions build immense mental strength over time. Even reading a few pages, reflecting for a few minutes, or practicing mindful breathing daily rewires your brain for clarity and focus. Picture yourself facing a challenge that once would have stressed or overwhelmed you. Now, instead of panic or confusion, you respond calmly with strategy and confidence, seeing possibilities where you once saw obstacles. Focus becomes your secret weapon. The ability to deliberately direct attention toward what matters most allows you to filter out distractions and maintain clarity in a chaotic world. When distractions inevitably appear, you notice them without judgment and return your focus to the task at hand. This simple but consistent practice gradually builds mental discipline, making your mind sharper and more resilient. Visualization is a tool that strengthens the mind like no other. By vividly imagining your goals, the steps to reach them, and the feeling of success, you create a mental map that guides your actions naturally. Your brain often cannot distinguish between vividly imagined success and real experience. This means that practicing visualization daily programs your mind to act as if success is already within reach, preparing you to take decisive action. Reflection plays an equally vital role. Spending a few minutes each day reviewing your thoughts, decisions, and emotions gives you insight into patterns that may be holding you back. Positive affirmations amplify this process. Repeating statements like, "I am capable," "I can handle challenges," or "I grow stronger every day," trains your subconscious to replace doubt with confidence. Exposure to new ideas, learning, and mental challenges expands your cognitive abilities. Reading, listening, or engaging with new perspectives sharpens creativity, enhances problem-solving, and equips your mind to navigate complexity with ease. Consistency is key. Even a few minutes of deliberate mental training each day, repeated without fail, compounds over time, reshaping the way you think, react, and approach life. Slowly, you'll notice that decisions become easier, stress feels lighter, and clarity becomes your natural state. Your mind, trained intentionally, becomes a fortress of focus, resilience, and potential, ready to tackle whatever comes next. With each deliberate effort, the person you aspire to be begins to emerge. Calm, focused, confident, and unstoppable. This is the power of daily mental training, and it is yours to cultivate starting today. As your mind grows stronger, you begin to see the world differently. Situations that once felt overwhelming now seem manageable and even solvable. Your thoughts start guiding your actions rather than controlling them. You notice that mental clarity brings a sense of calm even in chaos. Daily mental training is not about thinking more or harder. It is about training your mind to focus on what matters most and let go of what does not. You start understanding that every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your focus. Every distraction is a chance to practice returning to awareness. Journaling is one of the most powerful tools you can use. Writing down your thoughts and emotions clears mental clutter and highlights areas for growth. When you reflect on your day, you gain insight into patterns that were invisible before. You start noticing recurring thoughts that drain your energy and recurring habits that hold you back. Once you identify these patterns, you can begin replacing them with thoughts that empower you. This is how your mind transforms from a reactive space to a proactive force. Meditation is another cornerstone of mental training. Even a few minutes of quiet focus each day strengthens attention and cultivates emotional balance. When your mind is calm, it becomes easier to handle stress. Your reactions become measured and thoughtful rather than impulsive and reactive. Reading and learning continuously also expands mental capacity. Every new idea you absorb provides tools to solve problems creatively, and navigate life more effectively. Visualization combined with action is where transformation happens. Imagining your goals and taking consistent steps toward them makes achievement inevitable. Positive self-talk replaces doubt and fear with confidence and determination. Statements like, "I am capable," or "I can overcome any challenge," program your subconscious for success. Consistency is the key that unlocks mental mastery. Even small daily practices repeated over weeks and months compound into extraordinary results. You notice that focus comes naturally. Stress loses its grip. Decision-making becomes faster and more confident. Opportunities you never noticed before now become clear and attainable. Your mind becomes a fortress of strength, focus, and resilience. With every day of intentional training, you step closer to the best version of yourself. Calm, confident, and unstoppable, you realize that mental mastery is not a destination. It is a continuous journey that grows as long as you feed your mind with discipline, practice, and awareness. And now you begin to understand that your potential is limitless. Every thought you nurture daily shapes the life you are capable of creating. By now you begin to notice that your mind has become more aware. You catch negative thoughts before they take control and replace them with empowering ones. Your mental focus has improved. You can now direct your energy toward goals that truly matter, rather than wasting it on distractions. Discipline becomes easier when the mind is trained. Habits that once felt impossible to maintain now flow naturally with daily consistency. Gratitude is one of the simplest but most powerful exercises you can do. By acknowledging what is already good in your life, your mind begins to attract more positivity. Every small action matters. Even taking 5 minutes to breathe deeply or reflect on your day strengthens your mental muscles. Learning to manage your emotions is a key part of training the mind. When you respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you gain control over your life. Challenges no longer feel threatening. They become opportunities to practice patience, focus, and resilience. Visualization combined with action accelerates your progress. Imagining your success in detail creates a roadmap that your subconscious mind follows naturally. Reading and absorbing knowledge expands your mental horizons. Every new perspective you learn equips you to think differently, solve problems creatively, and act decisively. Affirmations reinforce your growing strength. Statements like, "I am focused," "I can overcome obstacles," or "I grow stronger every day," strengthen your subconscious programming. Consistency is non-negotiable. Even small daily efforts build up over time into remarkable mental power. Your decision-making becomes faster and more confident. Stress loses its grip, and clarity becomes your default state. You begin to notice opportunities that were invisible before. Your mind trained daily naturally recognizes solutions and paths forward that you would have overlooked. Mental training is not just for extraordinary moments. It shapes your daily life, making ordinary tasks easier and more purposeful. You start responding instead of reacting. You take action aligned with your goals, instead of letting circumstances control you. Calmness becomes your default state. Focus becomes effortless and confidence grows steadily. Each day of deliberate mental training strengthens a version of yourself you have always wanted. a version that is resilient, aware, and unstoppable in the face of challenges. And now you realize that your mind is your greatest ally. It can lift you to heights you never imagined if you dedicate yourself to training it consistently. As your mind grows stronger, you begin to see the power of daily habits. Even small intentional actions create momentum that compounds over time. You notice that focus is no longer a struggle. Your attention flows naturally to what matters most and stays there with ease. Every day is an opportunity to strengthen mental clarity. Even a few minutes of reflection, meditation, or reading makes a difference when done consistently. Your thoughts become allies instead of obstacles. You start to recognize patterns that previously kept you stuck and replace them with constructive ones. Visualization continues to transform your perspective. By imagining your goals in vivid detail and feeling the emotions of success, you train your brain to act in alignment with your vision. Daily reflection reveals insights you might otherwise miss. You begin to see how small adjustments in thinking or behavior create noticeable improvements in life. Positive affirmations reinforce your growing mental strength. Repeating statements like, "I am capable," "I can handle any challenge," or "I grow stronger every day" programs your subconscious for confidence and action. Learning becomes a natural part of your routine. Every new idea, book, or conversation sharpens creativity and provides tools to solve problems more effectively. Consistency remains the key to progress. Even a few minutes each day builds resilience, focus, and emotional balance over weeks and months. Stress begins to lose its hold over your mind. Challenges feel manageable, and opportunities become more apparent. Decision-making improves. You respond with clarity and confidence instead of reacting impulsively or hesitating unnecessarily. Your mind becomes a powerful tool rather than a source of distraction. You see the world differently and approach life with intentionality and purpose. Every challenge now feels like a chance to practice mental strength. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity to grow patience, focus, and awareness. Your habits shape the person you are becoming. Calm, focused, confident, and resilient is the version of yourself that emerges with daily mental training. You understand that this is not a quick fix. It is a lifelong commitment that transforms your mind and life steadily but profoundly. By dedicating yourself to small daily practices, you cultivate a mind that is alert, disciplined, and unstoppable. A mind that naturally recognizes opportunities and finds solutions in ways you never thought possible before. And with every day of consistent effort, you move closer to becoming the best version of yourself. The version that is calm, confident, focused, and capable of achieving anything it sets out to do. Now that your mind has been trained consistently, you begin to notice lasting changes. Focus, clarity, and resilience become natural parts of your daily life. The thoughts that once distracted or worried you no longer have the same power. You respond with calmness and purpose, even when life feels chaotic or unpredictable. Daily mental training is not just about thinking positively. It is about building the ability to observe your thoughts, control your attention, and take deliberate action. You understand that every choice you make shapes the person you are becoming. Every small habit, Every minute of reflection and every effort to focus adds up over time. Visualization continues to reinforce your goals. By imagining success vividly and feeling it in your mind, you train your brain to move in alignment with your vision. Reflection ensures that you are aware of your progress. By reviewing your thoughts, actions, and decisions each day, you identify areas for growth and improvement. Positive affirmations strengthen your subconscious. Statements like, "I am focused, I am resilient, and I grow stronger every day," replace doubt and fear with confidence and determination. Learning and exposure to new ideas continues to expand your mental horizon. Every book, conversation, or experience equips you with tools to handle challenges creatively and wisely. Consistency is the cornerstone of lasting mental strength. Even a few minutes of dedicated practice each day compounds into remarkable changes over weeks and months. Your mind becomes a fortress of resilience and clarity. Stress loses its grip, and opportunities become visible even in complex situations. Decision-making becomes effortless. You naturally act with precision, confidence, and calm even under pressure. Daily mental training transforms your perspective on life. You start seeing challenges as opportunities, problems as lessons, and setbacks as temporary detours. Your habits shape the best version of yourself. Calm, confident, focused, and unstoppable is the person you are becoming through consistent practice. You realize that the mind is your greatest ally. When trained intentionally, it has the power to create extraordinary results and limitless potential. Every day offers a new chance to strengthen your mind. Each practice builds momentum that propels you closer to the life you desire and the person you aspire to be. And now you understand that true mental mastery is a journey that requires daily commitment, patience, and deliberate effort. By embracing this process, you unlock a version of yourself that is resilient, focused, and capable of achieving anything. The mind you train today becomes the life you live tomorrow.